Right. Okay. In this class, we are going to discuss about the types of boiler. In the previous class, we have seen the definition of boiler, the working of boiler, and constructions, and the different types of boilers we have seen. Okay, in these boilers, the main concept is that we know that we are using the boilers in the industries, and we are using the, especially if you would like to discuss about the boiler which is used at the power plant, we are using such a boilers which are useful to produce the steam at highest rates of highest rate of production. For example, if you see the steam rates, it will be like 500 kg per hour, 2000 kg per hour. Otherwise, it will be 1000 kg per hour, like that. Okay, now what are the boilers we are using in industry purpose? That are the modern boilers, very modern boilers which we are using in industry power plant side, and these boilers are used to produce the steam here. Okay, na? And after that, we have seen that types of boilers we have seen. Types of boilers we have seen. In the types of boilers, there are mainly two types. One is a fire tube boiler, and second one is a water tube boiler. Okay, and in that fire tube and water tube, the what is the major difference we
సార్
have?
పీపీటీ సార్
PPT రావట్లే
రాలేదు సార్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ బాయిలర్స్ ఏదో ఉన్నా సార్ అంతే
ఇప్పుడు
లేదు సార్ ఇంకా రాలేదు
ఇంకా రాలేదు. ఒక్క నిమిషం నేను చేస్తాను. ఒక్క నిమిషం చూడండి. Now it is whiteboard is visible, Ara? You're getting the whiteboard?
విజిబుల్ సార్
Okay.
విజిబుల్
Yes, sir.
Okay. First we would like to see the difference between the fire tube and water tube here. Okay. Okay. Listen to me, guys. First, if you discuss about the fire tube, already we know that what is called fire tube. Fire tube means what? If in the tubes of the boiler, if fire means what? Hot gases which are developed by the combustion runs. For example, you say the designs of the boilers will be like they're having some tubes as a tube.
Vice Lawson, sir.
Okay, the boilers are having such a tubes like either horizontal or vertical. Okay. For example, if you say if this is a boiler construction, in the fire tube boilers, what we'll do at some area we'll take the combustion from. This is a general diagram of boiler. Okay, listen to me. What we'll do, we'll take the general. Now you see. So here we having the see this red color one is combustion here. We are taking combustion here. Combustion. This is a furnace. And this is the hot gases which are running. Through the pipe of the boiler, and this will be the chimney. So here, if it is a thing like this, so we are placing the water here. So this blue color indicates water here. So listen. Blue color indicates water here. So the hot gases are leaving the chimney like this to atmosphere. Now you listen to me, guys. Here the blue color is water here, na? The blue color is water. You getting the diagram? You getting the diagram, man?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We are getting.
See, this is the furnace, ra. At furnace, what you are doing? We are burning the coal. When you burn the coal, it produces lot of hot gases. So that lot of hot gases are running through this tube, which is connected to chimney. Okay, na? Now what is happening in this diagram? Around the tube through which hot gas is going, we are placing the water in blue color light. You're getting this? Around the tube, what you're doing? You're placing the water. So now when the gas are leaving the combustion chamber, they will interact with the water which is around the tube, and they will evaporate that particular water. So that is a fire tube boiler. That is what? Fire tube boiler. Okay, now I will give you how it will be. How it will become. See. This will be steam boiler. Okay, now guys. Now what you're getting? We are having combustion chamber. In the combustion chamber, we're taking the combustion. Okay, now here we're taking the combustion. When combustion happens, hot gases will run through this particular fire tube. This is fire tube. Okay, na? Hot gases will run through this fire tube. Fire tube. So what is happening around the fire tube? We are having the water. So when the hot gas are leaving through the tube, what is happening? The water is interacted with the hot gases, and the water is converting into steam. Now that steam is collected here. So this is the steam. This is a fire tube. Now already we have seen this working of fire tube in the last video, but we have to know what are the demerits of fire tube. What are the demerits of fire tube? That we have to know. What are the demerits of a fire tube? That we have to know here. The demerits of the fire tube is that if you see the interaction here, in the fire tube boiler, only this adjacent layer which is exactly next to the tube only heats here. So for example, if you take the separate diagram here, for example, if it is called fire tube, in this we are having the fire, okay. Now into the next we are having the water. For example, if this is a water space, now this is the total water around the fire tube. Okay, now here how the interaction is happening. If you want to convert total water into steam, first what happens? First the layer which is adjacent to the tube will evaporate. Then first, for example, you assume this is a layer which is adjacent to layer 1, which is adjacent to the tube. This will be heated and it will convert into steam. Then layer 2, then layer 3, then layer 4, and this is the last layer. So like this what happens? Heating will happen. One layer after one layer, one layer after one layer, one layer after one layer. So if this is the phenomena happening in the fire tube, in this meanwhile time, to evaporate this layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and up till last layer, we have to pass lot of gases. To the tube. You have to pass the lot of gases to the tube. If you want to pass the lot of gas, what you have to do? Where from the gas are producing? Guys, can anyone answer? Hello? Hello, can anyone answer? Hello?
In the furnace.
Furnace, in the furnace, how the gas are coming? By combustion of coal. So if you want more gases, what you have to do? You want to burn the more coal.
Burn more coals.
Okay, now for that, but coal is not free cost, na? It is having 50 per kg or 60 per kg according to the market right now. How much? It is about 50 to 60 rupees per kg. So if you want to combust more coal to get the more gases, our expenses will increase. Our financial burden will increase to run the plant. So that is the reason these fire tube boilers are not recommended for the power plants. Why? Because it will take lot of time to heat the water, and it will consume lot of fuel to heat the water. Why? Because when hot gas are going through the tube and water is interacting around the tube, the water which is around the tube will take lot of time to heat. So that is the reason in the fire tube, consumption of first demerit is what? Consumption of fuel is more. That is the first problem. Consumption of fuel is more. That is the first problem, and it will take lot of time. These are the two demerits. So that is the reason we are not suggesting, or we are not recommending this particular. Fire tube boilers for the industry applications. This will be suitable for the small time applications, small run applications. Okay, na? You getting? Hello guys, you got this, huh? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Getting.
Do you got why it is not good for the power plant? It will consume lot of fuel. That is first thing. Second one is it will take lot of time to convert water into steam. If that is the case, it can't produce lot of steam. When, for example, if it is taking one k in order to produce 100 kg, it is taking 5 to 6 hours. If industry application is requiring 1000 and 2000 kgs per day, it will take lot of time. So the time is also one constraint in the fire tube boiler. So that we are not at all recommending this fire tube boilers for the power plants. So we are using the water tube boilers. This is about the fire tube. And now next I will explain what is called water tube. And before going to that, like you require these notes. If it is required, I will save it first. Hello?
Save,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Required save. సార్ అక్కడ మీ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది సార్.
అదే కొంచెం మైక్ దూరం పోయినప్పుడు అట్లా అవుతుందిరా. ఓకే ఓకే, నేను ఎప్పుడైనా వేరే ఓకే సార్. నెక్స్ట్ discuss already we have called a fire. Next we are going to see water tube boiler here. So water tube boiler is a very superior boiler when you compare with the fire tube boiler. Why? Because the time of making the steam is very less here, and it will consume very less fuel. So the pattern I will give you here how it will be. So I'll give you the pattern here. So this will be the position of a fire tube, water tube boiler. So listen to me, guys. See, this is a diagram. This is a actual diagram of the fire tube boiler here. Actual diagram of the fire tube boiler here. This is the combustion chamber. From this we are getting the hot gases. So okay, if you observe here, what is the difference between fire tube and water tube? Actually, in the fire tube, the tube thickness is very high. In the fire tube thickness is very high, so that in order to reach the heat to the water, it will take a long time. But if you see the water tube here, see these are the water tubes which are drawn with this inclined way, and it is filled with the water. The blue color dots are indicating the water here. This red color line is hot gases which are coming through the combustion. They are interacting with the water tube and they are going to the chimney. This is a so here. So when these tubes are very smaller diameter, when you compare with the fire tube boiler, the diameter of the tube is very smaller in the water tube, and we are making that water tubes into number of very huge number, like we are maintaining about 16, 20, like that. But if you consider the fire tube boiler, the tubes will be 1 or 2 only. But when you come to the water tube boiler, the water tube boilers are having the many number of tubes with a smaller diameter. When the diameter is very small, the water which is inside a smaller diameter tube can interact with the hot gases very well. So in that way, the water which is there in the pipe will be quickly converted into steam. So this is the advantage of the water tube here. The what is the advantage of water tube here? Because of the number of tubes and because of the smaller diameter, and there is a proper interaction. We are planning very proper interaction between the hot gases and these tubes. So the evaporation will be good. So we are we are recommending this water tube boilers for the industry applications. Why? Because the rate of steam production is high, and that is one point. And second thing, it will take very less time to produce the steam. So so it can meet the huge workloads also. For example, water tubes can also meet the 1000 kg per hour, 2000 kg per hour, like that. So that is the reason we are using the water tube boilers only in the power plant. Okay, na guys? So this is about the water tube. I'm saving this one also. I will send this PDF. Next we would like to discuss about the one thing here. See, the modern boilers are consisting three parts are here. All modern boilers consisting three parts here. One is C. This will be the modern boiler. There are three parts. For example, if we consider this as a modern boiler, it is having the three parts. One is evaporator, superheater, economizer. This first one is economizer at the top place, economizer, and second is superheater. This one is evaporator. Okay, guys. Hello.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Na? See, now if you in any modern boiler, these three parts will be there. One is evaporator, superheater, and economizer. Now you see, evaporator is a portion which is very nearer to the combustion chamber. Okay, na? Evaporator is the portion which is nearer to the combustion chamber. Why? Because when it is nearer to the combustion chamber, the gases which are coming from the combustion chamber will be very hot. So this evaporator will interact with the very hot gases and it will convert the water into steam. Evaporator means what? It will evaporate the water. It will convert water into steam. Then that evaporator steam will go to the superheater. Evaporator steam will go to the superheater. In the superheater, again it will be superheated and it will increase its temperature. Okay, now when steam is superheated, what happens at given pressure? It will increase its temperature. So then it will be supplied to the turbine here. This will be supplied to the turbine here. So this is the two parts. One is evaporator. What is the job of the evaporator? Evaporator will evaporate the water and convert the water into steam. And the superheater will assure that fully dried steam. That means what? At a given pressure, it will increase the temperature of the steam by superheating. Then after from the superheater, it will go to the turbine. Now the part of economizer. Economizer is nothing but what? Economizer is a device. It will preheat the water which is coming from the condenser. It will preheat the water which is coming from the condenser. This is condenser. So what economizer will do? What economizer will do? Okay, now first we circulate
It will read the water.
Preheat. What for the preheat? For example, if there is an unsaturated water, we make it as saturated. Otherwise, it will add some amount of heat by preheating the water before going into the boiler. So actually the way of boiler will be like this only. I will change the color, then you will get it easily. See here. Okay. If this is a condenser, from the condenser, what will come? Condensed water. When steam is converted to water, hot water will come from the condenser. So we'll supply that hot water from the condenser through the economizer. In the economizer, the water will interact with the gases which are ready to leave through the chimney. So this is the place of chimney here. At the top, we are having the chimney. So next to economizer, gases will leave through the chimney. So when you're pumping the water from condenser through economizer, this water which is going through the economizer will interact with the gases which are ready to leave from the chimney. So it will be get heated about to 30 degrees or 40 degrees. Sometime it will be 10 degrees. Sometime it will be 5 degrees. It will depends on the situation. Okay, Nara? There is no exact limit like 30, 40, 50 like. It will depends on the temperature. According to the size of the boiler, the degrees will vary. Either it may be increased. So that, for example, what is the meaning of 30 degrees increase? For example, when it is coming out of the condenser, it is having 30 degrees centigrade. After the economizer, it will make it as a 60 degrees centigrade. So it is adding 30 degrees here. So what we are doing, when gas are ready to leave the boiler through the chimney, we are placing some pipe which is connected to condenser and boiler through the particular place where it can interact with the gases. So we are running this water from condenser to boiler through the economizer. Through the economizer, this water will come to the evaporator. This water will go to the evaporator. In the evaporator, it will be converted as steam, and through the evaporator, it will go to the superheater. After converting into steam, it will again made dry by increasing its temperature, and it will lose its full dryness. It will lose its full wetness and will become completely dry. Then after, it will go to the turbine. Then after, it will go to the turbine. This is a manner of modern boilers. In all modern boilers, except the conventional boilers, all boilers will be like this only. All boilers.
From turbine to again condenser.
Turbine to again it is condenser. This is cycle. అంటే ఈ షేప్ ఇట్లా ఉంటుందని నేను చెప్తలేను. అయితే లైన్ ఆఫ్ ప్యాటర్న్ మాత్రం ఇంతే ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా? ఫస్ట్ మనం టర్బైన్లకి స్టీమ్ వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత కండెన్సర్లకి వెళ్ళి కండెన్స్ అవుతుంది. కండెన్స్ అయిన వాటర్ ఎకనమైజర్ త్రూ వస్తాయి. ఎకనమైజర్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది అంటే టాప్ ఆఫ్ ది బాయిలర్ లో ఉంటుంది, విచ్ ఈస్ రెడీ టు విచ్ ఈస్ బిసైడ్ ది చిమ్నీ. వై? బికాస్ త్రూ ద చిమ్నీ ఓన్లీ గ్యాస్ ఇస్ లివింగ్. త్రూ ద చిమ్నీ ఓన్లీ గ్యాస్ ఇస్ లివింగ్. So there we are placing the economizer pipes. So what you are doing in the economizer? What you are doing in the economizer? We are taking interaction between the water which is in the economizer pipes and the gases which are ready to leave the atmosphere. For example, if there is no economizer pipe, gases freely go to the atmosphere, so that what is the heat carried by the gases will be wasted to the atmosphere. Why? Because when it went to the atmosphere, there is no use of heat which is carried by the gases. So that is the reason. Instead of wasting that particular heat, we are going to utilize by the economizer. So now what economizer is doing? It is interacting the water which is coming out of the condenser with the gases which are ready to leave the chimney, and it is making some temperature difference, built-in temperature difference. Either it may be 10 degrees, 5 degrees, 15 degrees, or 30 degrees, whatever it may be. Then after that, freely heated water will go to the evaporator. Freely heated water go to the evaporator, and from the in the evaporator it will be converted as steam. Then steam will go to the superheater. In the superheater, the temperature of the steam will be increased, and then it will be supplied with the supplied to the turbine with the highest dryness factor. In a high dried manner, it will go to the turbine. This is the pattern. And one more thing will be added in the modern boilers, that will be air preheater. That will be what? Air preheater. Air preheater means, actually this, what I said here, this is combustion chamber. Na? In the combustion chamber, what you are doing? What you generally do in the combustion chamber? What you generally do in the combustion chamber?
It will increase the temperatures.
Heating the water.
Combustion chamber lo em chestumra? What you will do in combustion chambers and furnaces? Will burn the coal.
Heating the water.
Will burn the fuels. Combustion chamber lo మనం ఏం చేస్తాం? ఇప్పుడు మీ బండి కంబషన్ chamber దాంట్లో ఏం చేస్తారా?
వాయిస్ లో వస్తుంది.
మీ బండి కంబషన్ chamber లో మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు? మీ బైక్ కంబషన్ chamber ఉందా? ఐసి ఇంజన్. హలో.
Yes sir.
Yes sir. కంబషన్ chamber లో మీరు
ఫ్యూయల్ ని బర్న్ చేస్తాం.
ఫ్యూయల్ ని బర్న్ చేస్తారు. అంటే కంబషన్ chamber లో మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే కంబషన్ chamber లో కార్బన్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్యూయల్ ని ఉన్ను O2 మాలిక్యూల్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎయిర్ ని కంబషన్ చేసి CO2 చేస్తాం. దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ కంబషన్. ఓకేనా? C plus O2 is equal to CO2 is called what? Combustion. So in the combustion chamber, we'll take the combustion of the fuel. For this combustion of fuel, we required air. O2 means what? O2 is nothing but air. So, but this air temperature will influence the combustion efficiency. For example, if air temperature is 15 degrees, it will take a lot of time to combustion. If air temperature is 45 to 50 degrees, the combustion will be good. The combustion efficiency will be depends on the composition of the fuel, and second one, it will depends on the amount of air supplied, and also it will depends on the temperature of the air. It will depends on the three parameters majorly. One is what? One is composition. Composition means percentage of carbon. If percentage of carbon is 90% or more, that is a good fuel. It will take the good combustion. That is the first thing. Second thing is amount of air supplied. Amount of air supplied. Next, third one is temperature of air. These are the factors which are influencing the combustion. Temperature of air. So now here, what we are doing here, by placing the air preheater, we are increasing the temperature of air. By placing the air preheater, what you are doing, we are increasing temperature of air. Actually, we required air for the combustion chamber, so that what you are doing, The pipe which is carrying air for the combustion chamber, we are running through this particular area. So we are taking this is the air preheater pipe. So from where you are running? At the top of the boiler, we are running this pipe. So when it is coming through the boiler, when it is coming to the boiler, so you are giving to the combustion chamber. In this area, the air which is inside the pipe will interact with the hot gases which are leaving the chimney, and then the air temperature will increases from 15 degrees to 30 degrees to 40 degrees like that. So this is called air preheater. This is called what? Air preheater. Air preheater. What air preheater will do? It will preheat the air which is going to the combustion chamber with the help of the hot gases which are ready to leave. So this is the air preheater. So this is the pattern of the modern boilers. Okay now. The pattern of the modern boilers will be like this. With the small changes, the designs may differ from one type of boiler to other type of boiler. So if you get these two things, if you get the difference between the fire tube and water tube, and if you get what are the basic components of a modern boilers, we can move to the types of boilers in the next class. Okay na? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay na?
Okay, sir.
These are the basic components. These are the basic components of modern boilers: air preheater, economizer, superheater, evaporator. Okay na? And combustion chamber, turbine, condenser. These are the mandatory things. So this is the pattern of the modern boilers. Okay? After this, in the next class, we will see what are the types of boilers are available. Okay. And by this, I'm concluding this class. You just post your numbers in the chat box. You just post your numbers in the chat box. All of you post your numbers in the chat box. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll post your number. Up to we have 5 more minutes. Then in 5 minutes, all of you complete. All we're getting 37 participants are there. I need to get 37 numbers. Is Prashant is there? 15, Lalitya and Prashant in the class?
Sir, unna sir.
Right. Very good. Where is Lalitya? Hello, Lalitya. Hello, you not there? Hello.
వాడు